Hello and good evening one more time. So, this live is about a universal law that I wanted to talk about with you. Um, I announced it, I think, a couple of days ago that I would talk about it. So, here it is. And sorry. So, tonight we are talking about a very important universal law that is called the Law of Equivalence Exchange. So, what does it mean? That law uh, basically says that you have to give away something in exchange of what you're asking for. So that means that whenever you want something whenever you desire something to come into your reality, there is something that you need to give away, or that not only that you need, that you are going to give away, whether you want it or not, because this is the exchange of energies, and you will give the equivalence of what you're exchanging. This law is just how it works. It's not something that you can influence or you can change. This is an exchange of flow, of energy. So, as I said, it is happening, or you're going to give away something either willingly or unwillingly. And if you don't, something will be taken away from you. It can be money, it can be from your health, it can be love, it can be anything. So this is why it is important to understand how this works. And because, yeah, it sounds a little scary the way I explain it, but it's important to understand it so that you can make a conscious decision of whatever you are going to give in exchange of what you're asking. It can be a service that you will provide to like, what is a business? The business is usually when you give or provide a product or a service, and in exchange you are getting a compensation, right? This is on the physical reality. It can be anything. It can be your time, it can be your energy, it can be your money, it can be a service that you provide. So this is why the reason I want to make sure that you do understand it is that if, for example, someone is taking something from someone else out of lack of integrity, okay, so they take something and they don't give anything in return, so basically they steal. So what's going to happen is that person who is doing that, something will be taken away from him. The universe is going to take something away from it, from that person, because that's how it works. You can't take and not give, because that's not how the universe works. So this is a very important law, because when you understand that, you know that whatever you have given, you're going to receive it. Maybe in a different shape, in a different form, from a different person, but whatever you give, you receive. And reversely, whatever you take, you will have to give something. So when you understand this, and this is also the reason why at the beginning of one of the early chapters of the book called Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill refers to, he says that you can desire anything and it can become a reality. And first, you need to decide what you are going to give away in exchange of what you're asking. So people talk a lot about this book, and the very, very popular sentence that is keep being borrowed and repeated over and over again is, whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve, which is where most of the focus has been, which is amazing, which is great, which is one of the messages of the book. But there are other parts of the book that maybe are not really talked about that much, which is the other part of the universal laws, or the other aspects of it. And he actually does say that you have to decide what it is that you're going to give away in exchange of what you desire, if you want it to come into your physical reality. So when you understand that, so that's why you can decide, you can help people, you can give your energy, you can give a lot of love, you can create that energy of love, and or people do some charity work, or they tithe their money, anything. But once you understand this is how it works, then you can decide what it is that you're going to give away, as opposed to just let it be taken away from you. So that then, that concept of whatever you receive, you have to give, or whatever you give, you will receive. This is also to some degree correlated to the karmic law, to the law of karma, because it's the same thing. It's about this exchange that keeps happening. And that's why people who do things with the wrong energy, or take advantage of some people, they will get let's say the universe will then deal with them, because that's how it works. So be wary of that, and make sure that you make conscious decisions of what it is that you will give in order to receive. So that is part of understanding how the law of manifestation works, or just the manifestation works, because there are various universal laws. In fact, I did a masterclass on that I'm going to put here on sale. Hi, Ibrahim. Very nice to have you tonight. So make sure that you understand this law, and then you practice. It's not something that you practice, it's how it works. So once you make the conscious decision of what it is that, I keep repeating myself, but that's important to understand. If you desire something, be ready to give something in return, whether it's a service, a product, or whatever. But it's not only one way, it's only two ways. And that's what the law of equivalence exchange is. Because if you're taking something from the same importance of equivalence will be taken away from you, or you have to give it willingly. Okay? So I hope it makes sense, that you understand it, that you will have that awareness into your manifestation process, and that you will decide whether you want to whatever it is that you want to contribute to society in order to receive what you're asking. Okay? So I hope it makes sense. If any of you has a question, please do ask right now, or even later once you watch a replay. So for those who are watching the live, please say hi. For those who are watching the replay, please write replay. So Ibrahim asked, what is the dimensions meditation can affect at? So this is not the topic of this live. So Ibrahim, you can ask your questions for the Q&A live that is happening on Tuesday the 18th. So, and I will pick a question that people are asking, so that we are a little more structured. Okay. Hi, June. Very happy to have you with us. So if you have a question, June, please don't hesitate. Obviously, about what I've been talking about the law of equivalence exchange. It is important to understand that because it's part of how manifestation works. And watch it again. Make sure you understand what are the implications. Do ask questions if you don't something is not clear. And yes, so, and as I said, I did a masterclass on the universal law and how to apply them in your life. So I will put that on the website, sorry, not website, on the group for you to buy in order to increase your manifestation power. Okay, so I will wish you a good night and hope that you enjoyed that live. And I will speak to you in my next video. Have a good evening and a beautiful Friday night. Bye-bye.